right. We got another earnings analysis day. Probably gonna do one more on Monday because we have two more big tech companies kind of releasing earnings today. Aftermarket, yeah, we got we got Apple, Amazon, MasterCard, Comcast, Uber, Intel. Probably take a look at those on Monday. Vici. Roblox. Heard Roblox is doing good, even though they may be faking their user numbers. But anyways, we'll take a look at some of these Monday, and then we'll get back to the news. Back to the news next week. Yeah, I mean, there's not really any like big guys. There's Qualcomm. You might take a look at Qualcomm, but we'll get back to the news next week, or at least covering stories. Cloudflare's next week. I'd like to take a look at Cloudflare. Anyways, let's get into it. Dude, let's start with Robinhood. Start with some of the smaller guys. We'll leave the big ones to last. Robinhood. Okay, let's see. We got the presentation. They don't. Ooh, they provide a Excel doc too. They don't have a 10K yet. We'll get their 10K, and then we'll get the press release. Wonder what they release in their supplemental information. Let's just take a look real quick. Monthly KPIs. Dude, this is cool. I love this. And they define everything, so noobs like us could actually get in on it. Monthly and quarterly KPIs. Cool. All right. Wow, they have actually a really good presentation compared to some of the others I've seen. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Third quarter 2024. Oh yeah, first we gotta do the Trish and Robin. Stock market's not doing too hot in general today. Ooh, yeah, maybe not the best for Robinhood. We've been doing pretty good leading up to earnings, and good year to date. So all right. Yeah, I mean, their customer growth, if this is what I'm looking at, right? Inched out. Oh, and they're gold subscribers, so yeah, the gold subscriber thing is kind of new, and you get like favorable interest rate, and I think you get access to their credit card. Yeah, $5 a month. And you get 4.5, which I mean, like this, I'm getting this casually, you know, and as a savings account, 1% deposit boost, 3% IRA match. It's like meanwhile, like, you know, corporations are paying better retirement match than your employer. Like 3% cashback's pretty good too. On what deposit are we talking? But okay, so I guess like how does Robinhood make money on this? You know, like I mean, the savings account, they make it on the spread. The deposit boost, I don't even know. IRA match, I don't know. They just hope that you hold their money, you hold the money in your account, and then they could, you know, sell the data to bigger firms on what you're, you know, kind of doing, or they make money on you holding it in there. You know, they invest it in different places, like you know, bonds, which are, you know, like 4.7% right now. Yeah, interesting. But I'm actually surprised that they have this many subscribers. I thought it seemed like Robinhood had a kind of a bigger exodus after the whole like debacle with like them stopping trading on, I don't remember what stock. I don't know if it was GameStop or not, but yeah, but I think it just like, I don't know if anything, people learn that like, yeah, I mean, Robinhood just sells your data. They really push it. Yeah, I haven't seen much on it. Anytime you open up, dang. I still get I still get like monthly statements from Robinhood. I need to log in to see if like like why I still get that from them, if I even have anything in there. But dang, this is big. And I wonder if this is just a trend with savings and spending in general. Like I wonder if this is like a bigger trend outside of Robinhood, or if this is a just a Robinhood thing. I guess with Visa, and Visa wouldn't really tell us much because that wouldn't really give us much more insight. But it's interesting that their assets under custody went up, but then their net deposits went down. So net deposits must mean something like maybe, yeah, it's like net deposit. So the difference between the deposits and people taking them out. So I guess more people are taking deposits out than they are holding and keeping it in, or they aren't putting as much in. Their revenue went down. I mean, yeah, that, whoops. This is why the revenue went down. But their operating expenses went down a bit, which is, I mean, marginal, but that's good. Yeah, EBITDA's down. 39% margin's good though. Who were we just looking at who had a 39, like around a 30-ish% margin? Well, maybe like Google or something, like. But oh man, yeah, I mean they're just squeaking out some net income. Definitely not as good. Now I wonder if this is like, do they have this oh, here we go. Yeah. So I guess I'll just say I wonder if this is like a quarterly trend. You know, if Q3 is for like, you know, investment stuff like this, if it maybe is just trends down. But I mean, they're doing better than last year's Q3. Strong product velocity. Ooh, available in UK. That's interesting. Joint investing accounts. That's cool. I will say though, Robinhood is definitely still moving like a startup. Like they seem to actually be launching like products still and like be like moving pretty quick. So give them that. I don't know. Their owners just seem to be like a little too loosey goosey at times. Robinhood Legend. It's cool. Futures at Robinhood. That's cool. And that was just this month. Index options. Like this is like more. This is like these are actual like legit features that like I don't even know if I have. Like like these. This is cool. And it seems like with Reddit, similarly, they were doing the machine translations, translating things from other languages, and they're getting the large growth seemed to be coming from outside the US. And I mean, if the UK, while not as big as the US, seems to be a large market, and maybe that like as they launch into other countries that it'll help them grow more. I mean, obviously it will, but to kind of keep their growth going, I think more so. Because I think that's the hard part is like you stagnate and then like you can only launch so many products to get to so many customers where there's a point where you kind of just have to move into other countries or different markets to continue growing. Yeah, I love timeline charts. This is a good one. Oh wait, topic. I remembered early this time. Also the presidential election markets, like this is so interesting. And like I think it's really interesting looking at like betting markets, because I think there's something about having money on the line that makes people I don't know, pick a bit more or pick who they actually think might win, or do some more analysis to figure it out. Like I don't know, when there's money on the line, I feel like the stakes change a bit, and so people betting on presidential elections is interesting. Now, this isn't to say that people just do this to like fuck with the market, as what happened with Poly Market. There was which is like a large betting website. Essentially, like look at this. This isn't, well, Trump definitely, has a pretty strong chance. It's not, it shouldn't be like this, but someone essentially put in large bets, millions, like $30 million to skew it towards Trump to make it look like, it's he's going to win more than he may actually do so. Like, and if you look at the actual, like, I mean, you can't, I don't know how to, not too familiar, but yeah, there's a article, several large news organizations wrote about it, but there's like a weird suspicious, there's a few suspicious accounts dropping millions of dollars in a Poly Market to favor Trump. Like betting, like betting analysis people were saying that it's part of Trump's strategy that if he loses the market, he could contest. This is like he's like, well, the betting markets, they could, they were in my favor, so like, what's up with that, like just as a way to drum up suspicion. But also like, look at this volume, $2 billion are in this, so it's interesting. But like they were pretty neck and neck for a long time, and so I think it's just interesting. Anyways, I mean like not to get too political, but it's just the Republican strategy in general. I mean, that's why they don't like early voting. They when it comes time on voting day, it's like the Democrats get a rush of votes in, and it looks they just like that because it looks suspicious. It's like, why? Like, well, that's weird, and like it's all just kind of part of their strategy about like controlling the narrative and making things look like they're weird. Because I mean, think of the fan, not fan base, but like think of the voter base. Like they're very conspiratorial, and like that's just what stokes them, and it just all fits. It fits within like their narrative, I guess. But anyways, yeah, it's cool that Robinhood is kind of introducing that, because I mean, like, let's look at Robinhood. Like, they're definitely the kind of younger startup-y kind of large brokerage, if you could even call them that. And like, this is the kind of stuff that they should be leaning into. This is the your younger audience who or like younger customer base who kind of likes these borderline, like, not like gambling. Oh, you can't even see it. These the different markets that you're able to bet in, hedge on, and do things like this is what they should be leaning into. I feel like it's a strength of kind of Robinhood and their younger market that they've captured. I see. Okay, so yeah, this is the different markets they're trying to capture here. The active trader, which is probably like more day tradey, someone who wants to trade a lot. Yeah, I guess more actively. Equity market share, options market share. Yeah. Oh yeah, and crypto. I forgot they have crypto. Yeah, that's big. And that the crypto is kind of the exact, like, it's that kind of that kind of customer who's into these more alternative investments. That's the word I've been trying to say. Yeah, these alternative investments. Robinhood should lean into that more, I feel like. And with the example, the presidential election one is a good example. Yeah, gold and retirement enhancements. UK brokerage, EU crypto. Although I don't know, and we're gonna look at Coinbase actually. We'll look at Coinbase next, but I don't know how Robinhood would make money on the crypto unless they make money on the spread like you do kind of usually. And then yeah, you guys could see international as a percent of new funded customers. Yeah, so. But that's crazy. They actually still got 1 million like funded customers. That must mean people who actually put money in their account. Like 1 million's a big bump, but like they barely jump from here to here. Sometimes when I see things like this small of increments, I question even if it's like just a rounding error, like it's like, show me another digit or two and I'll like, believe you a little more, but assets under custody increased 76%. So it seems like they're kind of, while they didn't increase like maybe their income or their actual like revenue, they're making the most of. No, I mean, let's think about, yeah, if they didn't increase their revenue and they had a less income, then yeah, and they grew 1 million customers, or for 1 million, I mean, that's year over year, but yeah, I don't know. They're that's rough. That's rough. Oh, I see. Equities. Options, bro. Probably, am I these? Oh no. Okay, so this is equities. This is options. This is crypto, and then, or no, this is cash. This is options. Bro, like you had to use all like different shades of green. Like you couldn't separate them out a little bit. Like I can't even. Data Viz 101. It's hard to tell. So options, not many people trade options. And I'm surprised that crypto's not bigger. Now I wonder if the Robinhood Gold if they if that was a way to increase like the cash held by users, because like that's more like traditional banks, that's how they make money, just like the cash held in the bank. They make money on, you know, just like essentially smaller margins, buying bonds, etc. Or like I don't know what asset class, like fixed income type of assets. And I wonder if they're just trying to, you know, kind of go more that route to make money, in order for them to grow to different markets. But yeah, I'm surprised crypto's not larger. The retirement assets. What's AUC? Assets under custody versus probably assets under management. Custody just means, yeah, maybe on the platform or something. That's interesting. Never really heard that until now. End of period. I mean, if they, this is just retirement though, 9 billion, 9.9. Like that seems like a lot. Like, yeah, it seems like pretty high. And they've been growing it a lot. Gold subscribers represented 9% of funded customers. 9% is actually pretty high because I think usually the conversion rate from like a free customer to a paying is usually around 5%. That's like the goal. That's like what you should shoot for in like newsletters and such, and like other kind of free subscription things. It's about 5%. Video games, I'm sure, is actually probably a lot higher, but like normal subscriptions, it's, you should shoot for around 5% of your customer if it's a free product. So I mean, 9% seems like pretty reasonable. I want to know how much money they make though per subscriber on this. Jeez, a tiny. See, this is interesting. Oh, you can't see. Like this right here is interesting. Compared to our average funded customer, our average gold subscriber has 7 times, you know, average assets under custody, 2 times net deposit, yeah, 5 times the adoption rate. That's interesting. And I feel like this $5 actually means nothing to Robinhood, but I feel like it's more of a psychological thing where if you're paying for something, you want to use the things that you're paying for. You're like, you want to, you know, kind of get the value out of it. So this is actually more of a motivator, a little fire under their butt to get them to actually use Robinhood's different products. And like this could kind of like shows it a bit. And I mean, like they are actually providing good value, but I mean, still. Like 3% cash back is like, that's pretty good. Like actually, shoot, actually. Because I think you like, you know, the 2% cash back on everything is considered like pretty good for a credit card. And that's like Wells Fargo is a 2%. I think like Costco's. Costco. Let's look at Costco's credit card real quick, because I mean, Costco's like the value king. 2% cash back just on Costco, only at Costco. 1% on all those purchases, like, yeah. 3% is actually insane. What the heck? Especially for $5 a month. That's interesting. I might have to look into that. I mean, I wouldn't use any other feature. Maybe the 3% IRA match, like that's pretty good too. I already have a 4.5% interest rate at my bank. Here's how Robinhood would win me over if they get into treasury stuff. If they allow you to buy like treasury bills and stuff, the rewards of like an Amex. Yeah, I mean, I'd agree, but I think the difference is like an Amex costs a lot to maintain your membership. Like a good Amex is, you know, still like, you know, like $600 a year or something, you know, where this is like $5, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to beat. Yeah, Mercury has treasury. Look, you could earn 4.85%, 300-ish. Yeah. But you're right, because like Amex provides like actually more than just like a percentage. Like you get like, you know, like the good airline like lounges and like airline points and stuff, and like that's, I feel like, where it actually kind of gets valuable. I'm not too deep in the credit card point stuff, but maybe someday when I have more money to care. But yeah, so I mean, like, you know, you could get 4.85% yield, and all you're doing, you're just buying like treasury bills, and it allows you to do it through the website, you know, like your bank essentially. And Mercury is going to be adding this to personal accounts eventually. Granted, I know that their minimum is like 500,000 or something dollars, so like it's, you know, pretty high minimum. But if there's no reason, yeah. You needed 500,000 to do this, but I see. You don't even get that much unless you have 20 million, bro. They need to start saying that. But like, okay, let's. This is such a side tangent, but T-bill auctions. So if we go like 4-week T-bills. Auction results. Yeah, you could get 4.7%, and you could, in the minimum amount for Treasury Direct's like $100. So you could get, or no, yeah, sorry. Yeah, so I mean, like you could get price per 100. So you pay this amount, and then when after 4 weeks you get the full $100, or yeah. And then they kind of they give you that back, and so you make the difference in the sense. But I mean, think about this on a larger scale, but this is the equivalent interest rate. So if they add something to kind of for like treasury bills, like that would be awesome. That would almost win me over. $29% annualized growth rate. The way they kind of like say this to spin it to like not mention that, you know, they like sunk. But look at this. This is actually, they actually did grow a lot compared to you know, like last year. Like this is crazy actually. Wonder what happened in end of last year or beginning of this. I must have just launched different products. Average cumulative net deposits tend to grow over time across our funded customer cohorts, and recent cohorts initial net deposits are larger. Interesting. It's interesting that they track it in cohorts too. So this is like the current cohort. This is actually an interesting graph. This one's actually a bit better. Like it justifies the same color because it's like this is a cool one actually. But it's interesting that like they're more recently have, you know, getting larger deposits. That's interesting. Q3 trading volumes increased double to triple digits year over year as we continued to gain market share. Crypto's, oh wow, crypto though is I feel like crypto's too, like, when it's good, like the highs are high but the lows are low. So I mean, like, I don't know, when it's in the news people pay attention, and then like it just kind of doesn't get attention otherwise. Like when Bitcoin price goes up, transaction based rates are up, net interest, adjusted operating expenses. Maintaining our 2024 expense outlook of 1 billion. Investing for growth across new products and features, international expansion, reducing costs in our existing business. Yeah, I think yeah, if they add like other stock markets too within Robinhood, like that'd be cool. I feel like that kind of go under the alternative investment, you know, like that kind of crowd who wants to look for investments outside of the US or just not the usual run of the mill. Maintaining full year outlook, likely finish the year top end of the range. This outlook does not include potential significant regulatory matters or significant expenses unable to predict. Okay, what regulatory matters are they expecting? They just don't. They actually don't make that much like net income. Like it's thing. Our balance sheet remains strong with over $5 billion of corporate cash and investments. Wonder if that means investments in them or investments in large corporations using their platform like for the investments. Oh no, yeah, this is definitely just cash. 3 billion in available lines of credit. Yeah, it's interesting. Strength of our balance sheet gives us flexibility to run our business while investing for future growth. We will continue to look to drive growth in shareholder value by allocating capital across organic growth, maintenance and acquisitions, or not maintenance and acquisitions, something in acquisitions, shareholder returns. We returned $97 million to shareholders by repurchasing 5 million of our shares. Interesting. Q3 began returning capital to shareholders under our $1 billion share repurchase program. Interesting. I wonder if they had to dilute a lot and sell a lot of shares for like the last kind of fire run they had a bit where everyone was like taking money out of their accounts. And so they kind of had to sell off shares maybe to fund that, and then now they're kind of maybe repurchasing them to bring back that value that they kind of lost to the existing shareholders. These daily average revenue trades. Oh, can you buy gold on Robinhood? Like, I guess they're probably like a fund, some sort of fund. If you, I mean, when you look at it like across the year, like month to month, like they really didn't grow like their actual like funded customers that much. Like it's very incremental and very slow. So yeah, they definitely need to work on extracting more value like per customer, because like yeah, this is stagnating. Like yeah, it's stagnating. Like I mean, the last time it stagnated was actually maybe it is a quarterly trend. Look at this. Yeah, it's like the last time it stagnated was Q3 last year, and it's kind of doing the same around this time. So. I'm sure with the holidays and such, people aren't spending much money on crypto and shit. They have some nice graphs though. I'll give them that. Whoever made this is it's very nice. Just bar charts and the, you know, add in the little complexity when needed, but bar charts, line charts, that's really all you need. Yeah, I can see it's stagnate, so it's interesting. But they have a lot under custody. Now I don't know how this compares. Like I wonder like custody. Like, I wonder like what Fidelity has for like assets under custody. Oh, excuse me. Under administration, I don't know what the difference is, but like, okay, never mind. This is like not even close. I just don't know who's comparable to Robinhood. They have 12.6 trillion. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who'd be comparable to Robinhood. Webull or something. $20 billion. Webull's like another like app type it seems to be kind of like Robinhood I've seen before. So yeah, I mean they definitely the leader in these like mobile app only kind of stock trading apps. Crypto notational volume. Net cash held by users. Monthly active users. Yeah, I feel like excuse me. I feel like monthly active users isn't necessarily that important for Robinhood because they more so care about like where the money is. So like, I mean like, I don't like trade actively. You know, like I look at my portfolio every once in a while, but I'm more of a buy and hold and like, you know, a few times a year I'll make adjustments, but like not often. And so like, yeah, I feel like monthly active users just don't matter that much. Wow, they don't. This is it. They don't have that many employees. I guess it's still a lot, but revenue per employee. This is more than no. I was thinking Reddit had this stat too, and I can't remember what theirs was. I want to say it was more. Maybe not. The customer match program started in 2023. Oh, the IRA. IRA match. We provided customers with $280 million of matches on $16 billion of assets transferred and contributions. Additional $27 million of matches on $2 billion of assets transferred. Customers also returned $4 million in 2023. Amortized 17 matches at the end of. We had 230. Oh, when they say gold up here, that just means, I think that's just gold subscribers. Okay, I'm gonna go back and look now. Gold, non-gold, I see. I was like, do they sell gold? It's our gold subscribers. Okay, you can see. The gold deposit boost program started June 24. 11 million gold deposit boost. Wind down the gold deposit boost program at the end of November. Oh. That's going away. It must have just been a way to kind of get a bunch of people to subscribe, and then now they just, you know, don't care. Yeah, how do they make money on this gold thing? Like, it just seems like they're losing money. They must hope that they use their other services. Or they make money on the credit card. I wonder if the credit card is they're banking on that. You know, customers not fully spending or not paying off, and you know they make money on the high interest. Yeah, total interest earning assets grew to approximately 41 billion, and average yielding decreased by 22 basis points. I mean, yeah, interest rates going down, But I mean, they make money on the spread, so like, yeah, here we go, credit card. Although most of it's just cash. Cash and deposits, margin book. The credit card is not that much, but I mean, still, assuming this is in millions. Yeah, interesting. All right. They're like shares, financial outlook. All right, let's look at a Coinbase next. Kind of the crypto, the Robinhood equivalent of crypto, although Robin does crypto. All right. Yeah, Robinhood, it seems like they're just kind of having growth challenges. Like, yeah, they're just maturing a bit more, it seems like, but I don't know. We'll see them launching into international markets. I feel like that's probably their largest growth opportunity right now. Coinbase capitalize their C or not? Yeah, Coinbase, but the logo doesn't. Oh, is there not? Wait, where is theirs? Wait, third quarter. I just saw it. Oh, here we go. Okay. Photo letter. All right. I like it when it's like a slideshow. I like it when it's like landscape. All right. Now I think Coinbase kind of is the same, where like they just make money on the spread. Like I'm not or they just sell the data. But yeah, anyways. Oh wait, let's look up Coinbase. Coinbase stock price. Ooh, 9. And they're going up, leading. Wow, they've been doing good this month though. Like they make money on like the difference between the sell and the buy. So like let's say someone's selling it for like $1 and then someone's buying it for like $1.02, or $2. They kind of take a little bit of that, the spread of the between the $1 and $2. They take a slice of that when you kind of like trade, or like on a bonds and interest rates. Like, they may say to the customer that the interest rates, they're offering 4.5%, but then behind the scenes they're buying bonds at 4.7%. So they make money on the spread of what they offer, and the bonds that they're buying behind the scenes of like 0.2%. So like they take that slice off. So like they like let's just look up, how does Coinbase make money? Yeah, fees on trades. Coinbase Pro. Yeah, make or take your fees. Yeah, these are kind of the spread here. Yeah, interchange. Yeah, credit card. 26 money whenever a customer uses the card. Through the payment fee that's charged. Cashback. Interest. Interest is like the spread stuff. But custody. Hold securities on behalf of other clients. Analytics. Yeah, it's just them essentially selling data. Personal loans. What the heck? 30% of their Bitcoin balance up to 100K. Use Bitcoins like collateral. That's crazy. Yeah, and maybe we'll uncover a bit more in here. All right, Q3 was a solid quarter for Coinbase across our 3 priorities of 2024: driving revenue, crypto utility, and regulatory clarity. And I think with crypto, like regulatory stuff is probably their biggest threat, because realistically, it's gonna become like the stock market. Like there's gonna be rules around it. There's already like the know your customer rules, which kind of like removes the whole anonymity of crypto, which is like the big appeal. And like I just know, like especially with like the Bitcoin spot ETF, like you know, companies are essentially buying large amounts of crypto, mainly Bitcoin, holding it, and then making an ETF so you could trade on the price of Bitcoin in the normal stock market. And like that kind of stuff, like that's in, like the SEC did approve it, but like that just seems like there's going to be more regulation around the crypto itself now that it's kind of like intertwined a bit more with the stock market. And I feel like that's the biggest threat to like crypto companies, because more regulation, the more money they have to spend, you know, essentially takes margins off of what they would make, because they need to spend it now on making sure they're compliant with regulatory rules. We generated 1.2 billion in total revenue, 75 million of net income. Wow, that is tight. Yeah. 120 million in pre-tax losses on our crypto asset investment portfolio. Yeah, and like you know, Coinbase is holding a shit ton of crypto, and like they're doing like I guarantee they have someone who like does that, and like they're looking at who's pumping and dumping. Q3 is our 7th consecutive quarter positive adjusted EBITDA, which was 449 million. Despite our softer market conditions, we saw average native unit growth across staking. Interesting. On platform USDC, the US like stable coin, and custody, which helps diversify revenue over the long run. We continue to build great products with a focus on some of the building blocks that are now in place to help bring 1 billion users on chain. In Q3, we made significant progress advancing some of these building blocks, notably integrating stablecoins across our product suite, and growing the base network, which is now number 1 L2 in terms of both transactions and total value locked. Number 1 L2. I don't know what that means. Oh, and yeah, on the regulatory thing too, like Tether, the other stablecoin, like they're being investigated again too. And I feel like it's kind of one big person just going to ruin it for the rest of them. Like, you know, Tether's going to fuck up and like ruin, you know, they're just going to be treated like banks, you know, now, or they're just going to kind of, I don't know, be an example and made an example of, and ruin the free regulatory, or lack of regulatory, rules around it, whatever. You understand what I mean. Finally, the upcoming 2024 election are the next major milestone for our ongoing work to drive regulatory clarity for crypto. Yeah. The voice of tens of millions of American crypto owners, many in swing states, wow, have formed an undeniable voting bloc and built momentum on both sides of the aisle towards pro-crypto legislation. Okay, let's think about this, the kind of person who is a single issue voter and it's crypto. Like, you know, like how many of those people are that? Like, imagine, yeah, a single issue voter and it's crypto. like they're so libertarian. Like that's the only way I could think of it. Think of like a person that's like that. He's like the furthest like libertarian. Like, I want no regulatory. I want the government looking at what I have. We continue to be a trusted partner to policymakers and organizations like Fair Shake, one of the largest nonpartisan PACs. Okay, I'm gonna look. We're gonna look into that. And Stand With Crypto, an independent grassroots advocacy group with approximately 1.8 million crypto advocates. Looking beyond election day 2024, we're prepared to work with either administration and believe the odds of pro-crypto legislation are better than ever. $8.2 billion USD resources. Shares repurchased authorization. This seems to be a big trend. A lot of share repurchasing, especially in these smaller cap, like startup-y kind of companies. Wow, they get a lot from subscription revenue. 500 mil. 350 pro crypto candidates running for federal office. That's so small, bro. Even for me. There we go. A or B rating by Stand With Crypto. Oh, interesting. They have ratings on based off of like how pro crypto they are. Attendees across 7 American Loves Crypto. Wait, 2,000 plus attendees across 7 American Loves Crypto Get Out the Vote events. Interesting. Wow, they're like straight up like lobbying. $22 trillion global stablecoin volumes. That's crazy. I'm a bit separated from the crypto market, but like it just still seems a bit like what, like who's using, like what are people actually using crypto for besides transferring money across borders? Because I already know that's like definitely the largest like its best use right now realistically. What are people doing? Like it has to be a small percentage who's like trading it like an investment. And I guess I am I like hold it, but like I'm not trading it. But like this can't be huge. Like the investment part can't be that big. Ironically, I feel like it's kind of moving towards the exactly what a stock market is, where just like large, you know, brokerages and, you know, hedge funds are holding a significant portion of crypto. Do hedge funds own? Global crypto hedge fund report stated that among traditional hedge funds, 29% had exposure to digital assets, up to 29% in 2022, 37%. This isn't. It says over half of, this is Bloomberg. Half of traditional hedge funds are dabbling in crypto. I wonder if I get like this. Oh, dang it. I thought I gamed it. I was like, refresh before the the paywall loads in. I'll click reader mode. Didn't work. Anyways. Okay. Transaction expenses. Positive EBITDA. Here we go. Oh, bro, look at this. Exactly. Institutional 65. You know, look at the ratios. I wish I said it in percentages. Yeah, it's not even close. It's mainly institutional. Consumers are like a tiny portion of their you could see it. Yeah. Of this. Like, that's crazy. It's all just fucking hedge funds and, you know, big investors now. Also, it's interesting that 33% is other crypto assets. Like I wonder what that is. USDT. So this is their Coinbase's stable coin, like based on the US dollar, which they give interest on this actually. And like things like this, like they must just be making money on the spread, like, you know, because this is a stable coin, they provide a interest rate, and then they're just buying bonds with the money that people are just holding in these assets and just making money on the difference on the spread. Or I mean, they're investing it elsewhere, I guess. Maybe we probably do crypto things, but interesting. Yeah, Bitcoin's definitely the leader. Yeah, I wonder what this 33% is, how it's actually broken down. That's interesting. Transaction revenue. Solana, like, that's interesting. So that's probably like, you know, the next big one in this other category. Interesting. Stablecoin revenue was 247 million, up 3% quarter over quarter. Primary driver of growth were higher average USDC on platform balances, which grew 7% to 6.6 billion. The higher average USDC market capitalization, which grew 5% quarter over quarter. These drivers are partially offset by lower effective interest rates. Yeah. At the end of Q3, we had 8.1 billion on platform USDC balances, and USDC market cap reaches 36 bill, the highest total since early 2023. Year to date, USDC has been the fastest growing major US dollar stablecoin. Our platform incentivizes our platform incentives combined with deeper integrations of USDC across our products have been contributors to both market cap and on-platform balance growth. Blockchain rewards revenue was, oh yeah, so I wonder if this is like that rewards where like you watch a video, you get like free crypto essentially. Was 155 million, down 16%. The primary driver of the quarter over quarter decline was lower average crypto asset prices, notably ETH, Ethereum, and Solana. We increased an average native unit stake this quarter and continue to work on commission rate optimization. Yeah, and I think they want to incentivize people to stake because, you know, they doesn't actually, they're not like going to be buying and selling, and then it gives them the interest rate, which then is just like de-risks the money sitting in their bank account, because now they could kind of more safely go and invest that elsewhere to make more interest, make more money than what they're actually giving out to the customers for staking. And I mean, you're getting like low 2% for ETH, like staking, like with bonds at, you know, 4.5%, you know, 4.7%, like you could easily like it's an easy money maker, I guess. Interest and finance fee income was 64 million, down 8%. The primary driver of decline was lower average custodial fiat balances. Fiat currency, is that normal? Is that just like dollar? Yeah, okay, yeah, just like the dollar. Yeah, okay. The lower fiat, interesting. Interest and finance fee. Primary drivers decline and lower average. So, okay. We do not manage our business to grow these balances, which can be very quarter to quarter with market volatility. We continue to see good customer momentum, adoption across prime financing. Revenue declined modestly quarter over quarter as financing demand moderated in tandem with lower market trading activity. Dang. Yeah, they spend a lot on their tech. That's like their biggest expense by far. We reclassified certain policy expenses. Crypto asset impairment, gains, losses on crypto assets held for operations. Oh, they were holding a lot of They lost a lot on that. Both categories of expenses grew primarily due to higher stock-based compensation, as our expense recognition has historically been non-linear. Dude. But Coinbase was like well, they actually have way more customers. They have like 1,000 more customers or employees than Robinhood. Coinbase was struggling there for a bit though. And I know that there was I watched Ludwig, this like content creator, YouTuber, and he had several events that were sponsored by Coinbase, and they straight up stopped paying like what money they owed to him. And at one point they owed him 100K, and he's like, yeah, like they just never paid me it. So like it's like, that's crazy, because they just backed out of so many of these sponsorship deals because they were like kind of like short on cash and they kind of needed money, and so they just like didn't pay him 100K. Kind of crazy. Share repurchase program. Yeah, look at literally money market funds and government bonds. That's their largest slice. Corporate cash held at third-party venues, USDC. Yeah, bro, they're holding $6 billion in essentially money market funds, essentially savings accounts and government bonds. Our board of directors authorized an approved share repurchase program. Which provides for the repurchase of up to $1 billion for outstanding Class A commons. Interesting. Cash and equivalents. This is a confusing chart a bit. We maintained. I wonder if did they comment on this at all? We intend to hold crypto assets for investments for the long term and only foresee relying on these assets in a liquidity stress event. As of September 30, 2024, there are no crypto assets held as collateral, and the fair market value of our crypto assets for investment was $1.3 billion. When including these crypto assets, total available resources total $9.5 billion. Maintain our long commitment, operational and risk excellence. We have incurred no significant corporate nor customer fund losses as a result of credit or counterparty risk. We made meaningful progress in expanding our derivative offerings, both U.S. and abroad. U.S. Coinbase Derivative Exchange. Okay. In Q3, we made meaningful progress in expanding our derivative offerings in both the U.S. and abroad. In the U.S., Coinbase Derivative Exchange launched new crypto futures, becoming the only U.S. future exchange with margin futures outside of Bitcoin and ETH, including Doge, Shiba, LNK, not sure what that one is, DOT, AVAX. Over the past quarter, we have seen our retail-friendly gold and oil contracts appeal to over 20% of active Coinbase financial market traders. Gold and oil contracts. Like, this is what Robinhood needs to do, because at this point, like, Robinhood and Coinbase, I feel like, are almost competing. I mean, Robinhood does have crypto technically, so like alternative investments like gold and oil contracts, that's what Robinhood needs to do. These improvements contribute to Coinbase financial market onboarding over 100,000 users to date. Increasing derivative users is a key area of focus, as we have seen that derivatives traders tend to also engage more with spot products as well. Spot products. Like, that's like what that, I don't know what that actually means. Because that's like the spot Bitcoin ETF, spot trading. Buying or selling financial instruments at its current market price for immediate delivery. Refers to the repurchase or sale of a foreign currency, financial instrument, or commodity for instant delivery on specific spot date. On a specified spot date. Most spot contracts include the physical delivery of the currency, commodity, or instrument up to the buyer. But that doesn't really make sense still to me. They don't have a Bitcoin. Anyways. We also continue to scale our COINBASE International Exchange, which as of Q3 has expanded its offering to 89 perpetual contracts, covering 9% of global perpetual future volumes. ETFs, yeah. In Q3, the crypto industry experienced another significant milestone when the 9-spot Ethereum ETF product launched. Coinbase is proud to serve as the primary custodian for 17 of the 20 of the Bitcoin Ethereum ETFs, which continue to help drive native unit growth and custody in Q3. Yeah, so this is where this large institutional investor trading volume comes from. Is yeah, they're just they're holding all the Bitcoin and Ethereum that these large hedge funds are buying up for their ETFs. And that kind of like actually goes against the Winklevoss twins with their they seemed like they were kind of going for the more institutional type of cryptos with Gemini, their like platform. Yeah, like they kind of like position themselves as like very regulatory, you know, like low risk in terms of regulatory stuff. Like, yeah, it's like they've prioritized the security. Like they kind of seem like they've always been framing themselves like that, like a safe place for your crypto. So it's interesting that they didn't cash in on the more traditional investment side as much as they would have hoped. 2022, 2023, we expanded new markets, including Singapore, Canada, Australia, and Brazil. Please see revenue growth in these markets. This also seems to be a trend too. Like, you know, everyone's expanding internationally because they're getting market saturation in the US. Like they can only grow so much after being put in front of like most of the US customer base. We also saw strong international growth in these markets for Coinbase One, which is like their subscription premium offering. We enhanced our benefits with Coinbase One, boosted USDC rewards, which increased reward payouts for subscribers in eligible international markets, including UK, Singapore, Brazil, and Australia, trimming the higher subscriber growth rate. Interesting. Stablecoins like USDC are seeing increased adoption and expanding daily use cases by providing a secure digital alternative for fiat currencies. They're used for a range of vital financial activities, from cross-border payments. Yup, this is their largest use case and really their only one, or their largest. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't really see much else used for crypto right now, like besides like a gambling investment. And remittances to offering a stable store of value in countries with volatile fiat currencies. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, if you're Venezuela with, you know, insane inflation, it's like, yeah, bro, I want to put my money in the dollar essentially, because it's it keeps its value, it doesn't fluctuate as much. And powering transactions on decentralized finance platforms. But like, yeah, like there's no way this is like a significant portion. Like, yeah, I don't know about these the DeFi platforms. That's like Web3 shit. Stablecoins have found product market fit, with global stablecoin volume reaching 22 trillion year to date in 2024, more than doubling year over year. Yeah, but like this is one, cross-border payments is one regulatory snap of their fingers away from disappearing, or being charged crazy fees, which is essentially what Western Digital and whatever do now. Q3 would continue to drive the global adoption of stablecoins, a crucial component in the broader crypto ecosystem. Fastest growing major USD stablecoin in 2024. Platform incentivizes Our platform incentives and the deeper integration of USDC across our product have been contributors, which also led to a more than doubling of the USDC assets on our platform on our international exchange. Additionally, USDC and EURC, a Euro stablecoin, became the first stablecoins compliant with the EU's markets and crypto assets regulatory framework in Q3, positioning stablecoins broader under new regulatory framework in Europe. Oh, that's interesting. That's actually really interesting. See, that gives a more optimistic view, especially the EU, who generally actually seems to be more progressive in terms of regulatory environment. The fact that they have a stable coin and it is compliant, that's actually pretty optimistic then. In Q3, we launched support for EURC, a leading one-to-one euro-backed stablecoin, and saw its market cap nearly double within the quarter to 69 million. That's still tiny compared to this, but it's a start. This growth was in part fueled by the introduction of free one-to-one euro to EURC conversions on Coinbase and the native launch of EURC on Base. I don't know what that is. We hope to see fiat-backed stablecoins continue to expand as they provide a trusted, stable bridge between traditional finance and crypto economy. But realistically, what other fiat currency is as stable as the dollar and euro? I feel like the benefit, you can't have a stable coin for a volatile fiat currency because that would defeat the point. CBBTC. Coinbase Bitcoin. Coinbase introduced CBBTC, a new digital asset that allows users to put their Bitcoin to work in DeFi and other on-chain applications. Essentially, CBBT is a version of Bitcoin that can be used in different financial services like lending, borrowing, and trading on networks like Ethereum and Base. Is Base their own network protocol? Each CBBTC is fully backed by Bitcoin held in Coinbase's secure custody. In order to ensure that customers' assets are safe and transparent, by launching CBBTC, we're unlocking new ways for users to transact with their assets on-chain. Interesting. Base network. Base is for everyone. Yeah, this is Coinbase. You're bringing the world on-chain driving nation. Interesting. It's Ethereum. Which everything uses the Ethereum network. So they're making their own network protocol for crypto. That's interesting. I wonder what benefits they provide. Probably fees, they don't have to pay fees. No, they still would have to pay gas fees and stuff. Unless it's only within CBBTC. I don't know. That's interesting. Oh, here we go. Okay. In Q3, Base, our Ethereum L2 network, solidified its position as a leader in on-chain activity amongst L2s. What is L2? Is that level 2? I'm so out of touch with the crypto stuff lately. Get a base name? What? Get your based, build your based profile. On-chain identity. Interesting. I wonder, there's this Keybase or something. What was it called? Like, yeah, Keybase. I use these because I thought this was cool, because this essentially was a way that you could cryptographically identify your identity on different applications. So like I probably have mine still. You could like essentially like as a way to, for like a cryptographically oh my gosh, I'm so blanking. Yeah, you essentially it allows you to identify yourself and make sure that like it's actually you on different social platforms, emails. They even added like a chat, which I tried. I love this concept and I thought it was so cool. And then Zoom bought them, because that's when the whole like, oh, this is like China, you know, Zoom's China, like, oh, we're scared of like whatever. And then they essentially just like shut them down. Like they're like, yeah, just like don't add any more like new stuff, just like keep it how it is. And then that was essentially the end of it. And it's like, gosh dang it. So anyways, this kind of seems similar. Actually just using like making it more crypto affiliated, identity in the base ecosystem. Establish their identity, human real names. No. Anyways, and you could essentially attach like your crypto wallets and stuff to this Keybase too, but it wasn't like crypto affiliated. It was more just like cryptography, like actual like real, like not real crypto, but yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, I actually had several people. Like I put this on my like website like way back, and like I had several people like use this to reach out to me, which I thought was actually kind of cool too, for like my photos and stuff. Like I don't know, I actually just really like this, and it's kind of sad it got shut down. Or not shut down, but like I don't know. They're not a startup anymore, moving fast. They're just kind of holding. Base is now the #1 L2 in both transactions and total value locked. The number of transactions processed on Base grew 55%, surpassing all other L2 networks and 4 times higher than Ethereum over the last 30 days of the quarter. Despite this surge in activity, transaction fees remain low, with the median fees under a penny. Wow. Making Base an efficient and cost-effective platform for on-chain activity. Developer engagement has also continued to increase on Base in Q3. Is now second only to Ethereum in terms of active activity on EVM chains. Okay. Not sure what that is, but interesting. We launched base names to make using Base easier and more intuitive. Just like how email addresses replaced the need for complex numerical IP addresses in the early days of the internet, base names simplified crypto by allowing users to replace long, hard to remember 0x wallet addresses with simple personalized names. Yeah, that's cool actually. I do like that. This makes sending and receiving transactions much more user-friendly. 450,000 names already registered in just the first 2 months since launch. Base names are helping users connect and engage more seamlessly within the Base ecosystem. Cool, that's cool. That's kind of that's also just the trend. That's like what Blue Sky, which is the Jack Dorsey made Twitter alternative. You could use domain names. Like my profile on here, I'm at bradybellini.com, because I essentially verified my identity based off of my domain name, and now it's just like, you know, that this is my handle, bradybellini.com. No one else could take that, so as long as I own this domain, which is cool. And it seems like this is similar but with crypto. Okay, here I actually want to read about this regulatory stuff, because I'm curious about like how they're approaching this. It's clear that crypto has already made its mark as we approach the 2024 US presidential election, and we remain committed to advancing regulatory clarity. Upcoming US elections and regulatory landscape. Interesting, okay. As we approach the 2024 US elections, it's clear that crypto has already made its mark, with tens of millions of Americans now owning crypto, including many in key swing states. Their voices have been heard. Both presidential candidates as well as politicians across the political spectrum have adopted more favorable positions towards crypto, a significant shift from previous years. This is evident in the recent bipartisan passage of pro-crypto legislation despite opposition from the White House, demonstrating that support for crypto is gaining momentum. Looking beyond the elections, we remain committed to advancing regulatory clarity. We will continue to support organizations like Fairshake, one of the largest nonpartisan PACs. We will also continue to invest in policy efforts, including supporting Stand With Crypto, a grassroots advocacy group that has approximately 1.8 million crypto advocates. They also don't mention that this is a nonpartisan, which is like interesting. So I wonder if they are a partisan like advocacy group. And roughly 500,000 have used Stand With Crypto's Voter Center to help them prepare to vote. Americans deserve clear regulation that protect their rights to own and use crypto, and we won't stop until we have frameworks that foster innovation while ensuring consumer protection. Regardless of the election's outcome, we're optimistic about the future. The growing influence of crypto community have combined with bipartisan support in Congress has made the path to pro-crypto legislation clearer than ever. We're excited to work with either administration in 2025 and believe the odds for meaningful pro-crypto regulation have never been stronger. Our ongoing litigation with the SEC. Okay, so are they suing them? SEC suing Coinbase. Our ongoing litigation with the SEC continues as we seek greater regulatory clarity through the courts. As noted in previous updates, the district court case continues to be in the discovery phase, which will extend through Q2 2025. As part of the discovery process, we are pleased that the court ordered the SEC to produce additional information to use in response to our motion to compel. We remain confident in the strength of our legal argument and view the courts as a key avenue to achieving the clarity needed for the broader industry. No material changes in the case are expected until these discovery phases are complete, and we will continue to provide updates as appropriate. So I wonder what that is. This is just a few days ago. This was September 2024. Coinbase and the security breaches faced off federal appeals in Philadelphia Monday as a cryptocurrency exchange pressed the agency to create rules for. Oh shoot! Wow, this is impressive. So they actually want them to create rules for digital assets. Coinbase, largest U.S. crypto exchange, sued the Securities and Exchange Commission last year in an effort to compel the regulator to act on a petition for rulemaking. Petition for rulemaking Coinbase filed in 2022. In that petition, it urged the SEC to provide clarity on circumstances under which a digital asset is a security and create new market structure framework compatible with cryptocurrencies. Wow, they want it to be like a stock market. That's interesting thinking about it, because I feel like it allows, the only reason why Coinbase would want this so bad is it's going to allow them to make more money on like the trading of crypto. Like that just legit seems to be like what, like, you know, like why else would they want rules? Why don't they want it to be, you know, why else would they not want it? Yeah, it's so interesting. The SEC denied Coinbase's petition for a new rulemaking in December 2023, saying it fundamentally disagreed that current regulations are unworkable for the crypto sector. Coinbase on Monday asked a federal appeals court to overturn that denial, saying the SEC has made it impossible for crypto firms to operate and comply with U.S. regulations. Or they're scared that they can't continue to, you know, make the money they have, in that they might get screwed over with the regulations. This is interesting. Eugene Scalia, that is not a good last name to be as a lawyer, like the Supreme Court Justice. A lawyer for Coinbase told 3 judges appeals court that the SEC had been arbitrary and capricious. Don't know that word. In not giving Coinbase more answers on how to register with the agency and comply with U.S. laws. A lawyer for the SEC argued that the agency is not required to create a new rule for the sector and the existing regulations should suffice. They're like, dude, we don't have the budget to do this shit right now. Like, are you kidding me? We could hardly even keep up with all the, shit going on in the normal stock market. And that's actually a legit concern because the FCC, they were kind of worried about, what was the other new law? It was like a new thing that they like something with internet or something that they wanted to pass, and the FTC or FCC was like, we don't even have the budget to like be able to like regulate this anymore. Like, you guys have to give us more money. And with with one party not controlling all 3 branches of government, it's kind of hard to pass like budget things. I mean, mainly just because Republicans don't like spending money, but yeah. Coinbase wants to arrange its business in a way that does not comply with the existing regulatory framework, that does not establish a right to have the framework adapted to meet their business. The 3 appeals court judges heard arguments from both sides, noting the SEC does have discretion in rulemaking priorities, but also pressing the regulator on why cryptocurrency was not one of them. Yeah. The dispute and the latest in broader tug of war between the crypto sector in the top U.S. market regulators, which has repeatedly said most crypto tokens are securities and subject to its jurisdiction. The agency has sued several crypto companies, including Coinbase, for listing and trading crypto tokens, which it says should be registered as securities. I mean, come on. It's like the agency's like, we're not gonna, this isn't us. And then they're like, wait, these are securities. Like, come on. Like, it's like they're enforcing regulations, but like not really like taking responsibility. I don't know. This seems kind of like contradictory to like what they're suing for. Coinbase denies these allegations and is fighting them in a separate court case. The crypto industry largely believes it operates in a regulatory gray area not governed by existing U.S. security laws, and that new legislation is needed to regulate the sector. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if they have any just quick scan, just see what they have. Thinking about this more though, Coinbase creating all of these, technologies, their base network, the USDC coin, the EU, the Euro stable coin. Like, this is the same as like Apple creating something that could then only be used on the iPhone. It's essentially Coinbase creating, these different products that likely benefit Coinbase the most when it's used on their platform. Essentially kind of, as a more lock-in, but also just as a way to attract customers to their platform over, the Kraken, Gemini, the other, large Robinhood crypto platforms. And that's kind of like what, the big tech companies do when who owns a platform, like Google's Android, Apple with iOS, Coinbase with Base, USDC, the Euro stablecoin. Seems to be kind of similar. And the fact that they're the custodians for a lot of the more traditional, stock market, Bitcoin, Ethereum ETFs, that's interesting. Definitely paints a bit more optimistic picture, especially if crypto continues to grow and if it actually, garners more use outside of transferring money or investments, although that, saying that investments loosely. All right, one last quick thing. I just want to look up these packs that they're they're talking about, because There we go. Fair shake pack. Big crypto should stop bullying lawmakers for it's the sake of profit. Surprised we're not the pack. Wait, what? This is, bro, that's crazy. Okay, wait. Wait, what? So this is contrary to. Also, I've seen this guy in stock photos. I swear I've seen that guy in stock photos. So this is different than this guy. We're on your side. Our mission is to help level the playing field between everyday people and becoming. So big cryptos like Coinbase. Wow. So I wonder what they actually are, though. Like fair shake? Resource Americans whose rights have been violated by big corporations. All right, I dig that. The site was originally published by California-based for-profit company Fair Shake Inc., which is now defunct. The site remains up for the purpose of providing information to the public and not for the sake of profit. Our contributors have built a collection of tools and content to help empower regular people to assert their consumer rights and avoid getting taken advantage of by big business. Well, this is sick. Wow, that's so interesting that they poke fun at this fair shake pack. So now this makes me question whether it's actually nonpartisan, you know? That's what I kind of wanted to look at. Because realistically, if this is being funded by all the large crypto companies, like, yeah. Paid for by Fair Shake, not authorized by any candidate or candidate committees. Fair Shake. Here we go. This is what I want. Let's see who donated. Bro, they got buckets. 200 mil. Total spent. Here we go. Want to see the amount. Coinbase, 25 mil. Ripple Labs, yeah, big crypto exchange, 25. A8 Capital Management, Coinbase, Ripple, Coinbase. Ben Horowitz, who's a big and Mark Anderson of Anderson Horowitz, or Anderson Horowitz. They're the big. They run A16Z, like one of the largest venture capital firms in Silicon Valley. They've donated a lot of money, actually. Holy shit, that's crazy. And that makes sense because A16Z has huge crypto investments. Like they're going all in on crypto. That's crazy, actually. They've donated so much money. That's interesting. And the Winklevoss twins, here we go. And they own a Gemini, the crypto platform. Circle Internet. Interesting. Let's see where they've dispersed. Stripe. Okay. Spender. Recipient. Coinbase? What, they just like give the money back? USDC received, not liquid? Bro, that's what? In kind. Defend American jobs. Total raised. Wow. Look at... They just transferred all the money to this other one. Defend American jobs? Wait, what? This is crazy. Let's look. Super PAC. Palm City. This is Florida. Sus. Doing 14 filtered. I feel like it's filtering to this, like... It's receipts. I want to see, yeah, raised. Spent. Guidant polling and strategy. Research? Like, what have they actually done? They have like no cash on hand. What do they actually spend it on? Independent expenditures. Transfers from affiliated committees. Like, most of their money came from this other PAC. Yeah, look at this, bro. It's like they're nonpartisan, but then they just transfer all of their money to a different PAC, which is partisan towards, you know, Republicans. Like, that's crazy. Jim Banks. Bernie Moreno. They gave him $40 million, bro. Who the hell is this guy that needs $40 million? That's crazy. Like, they can't sit here and say that it's like so... Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, it's like nonpartisan and like... And then they just pay, you know, like this entire PAC is funded by the Fairbank one. Like, come on. Or Fair Shake. Protect progress. Look at this one real quick. Oh, come on. All right, what was the other one real quick, and then we'll leave this. It's time to prove it. Give us your money. And with crypto pack House and Senate endorsements. Interesting. So this is like, these are like hardcore crypto people who like, these are single voter crypto crypto politician or like people. Like this is who they have a lot of A rating. Look at California. Oh, Jim Costa. I just heard his name somewhere. Swalwell. Hey, Pete Aguilar? Huh. Tommy Barra represent. Pelosi's an A. Interesting. Wow. And Schiff. But, you know, Pelosi's a, you know, investment person, so. All right, protect progress. This one is 36 million. Transfer from affiliated committees. Oh, Fair Shake, Ripple, Coinbase, the same exact people. Let's see who now they've distributed it to. Database and licensing compliance. Polling. Democrats. Polling. Research. Clarity Campaign Labs. Strategy Consulting. This is interesting. L2. It's so interesting. They're just like this. They're just transferring money from the Fair Shake one pack to the others. Let me look up this Stand With Crypto one. This one must not be a pack. They must not be a. Creator Legal Defense Fund. Outdated regulations. Interesting. Key races, the presidential. They don't even have votes for them. Pledge vote. Anyways. Yeah, this is interesting. It's interesting how involved with politics like these crypto platforms are now, whether they want to or not. All right. We got Meta and Microsoft earnings. Look at Meta first, because I kind of recently covered. We talked about Meta. We did recently talk about Microsoft, but give the big boy for last. All right. Ooh, not the best. Good leading up to it. Meta's been pretty good. What? No data. Yeah, they've been pretty good actually. They've been pretty solid. Like, wow, when is this? 2022? Bro, look at this climb. That's insane. All right. Yeah, I mean, Meta is essentially an ad business, so just keep that in mind. But it's been very up and down, and honestly, not as strong growth, especially considering, you know, I assume the election, like political ad spend would be insane. But maybe this ramp up is due to it, you know. It's definitely been a bit of a ramp up. Revenue by user. I wish they showed percentages. That way we could kind of compare, like, you know, the ratio of advertising revenue to, you know, user revenue. But they just barely eked out a little bit more than last quarter. Family of apps revenue, and I hate that they just lump shit in. I want to see individual breakdown by like Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp. Reality Labs. Expenses as a percent of revenue. Research and development, marketing and sales. Wow. But yeah, the gray. Research and development, 28%. That's crazy. Most of that, I assume, is probably like AI and VR. I don't even know. Like, no way they're pushing metaverse shit still. Like, that's old. Income before provision expenses. So 15 bill. CapEx. Daily active people. 3.29 billion. That's crazy. Very incremental too. But I mean, you know, like, Facebook's pretty like saturated. Like, you know, they're everywhere. Like, this is like, you know, there's only 8 billion people. Like, you know, you can only get so many people on your platforms. Like, you're essentially saturating the entire world. Like, there's just not enough people anymore for them to keep growing like they are. Ad impressions delivered year-over-year percentage change. Average price per ad. Interesting. That's like all they include, because that's literally all that even matters. Is just like, you know, ad impressions, you know, like, I mean, it's just advertising. Like, you know, it's just, I don't know, like, how else they make money besides advertising, really. This one is not as exciting as I thought. I'd want them to have like share more on like AI and like what they're kind of developing for the large R&D spend. That's it, bro? Like, yeah, time spent on the platform. That's a big one. We're making a lot of progress with our AI efforts too, and we're seeing AI have a positive impact on nearly all aspects of work, from core business engagement to monetization, long-term roadmaps. It says like AI-driven feed and video recommendations have led to an 8% increase in time spent on Facebook and 6% on Instagram in this year alone. 1 million advertisers use our Gen AI tools to create more than 15 million ads in the last month. We estimate that businesses using image generation are seeing 7% increase in conversions, and we believe that there's a lot, more upside here. Interesting. We're also seeing great momentum with Llama. Llama token usage has grown exponentially this year. We're working with enterprises to make it easier to use, and now we're working with the public sector to adopt Llama across the U.S. government. Wow, I wonder what that means. That's a weird thing to just sling out casually. We're training Llama 4 models on clusters that is bigger than 100K H100s. These are kind of the current the current GPUs, NVIDIA GPUs that are big on AI, or bigger. Although the new ones coming out, the Blackwell ones, I think that's like the most recent model. I don't know if they're actually out yet though. Or bigger than anything that I've seen reported for what others are doing. This is a he's throwing shade at Elon Musk and XAI because I think they have 100K H100s cluster and claim that it's like the largest in the world or something, or like the largest cluster or something. I expect that the smaller All-4 Llamas will be ready first. Time of the year when Meta, we plan to budget for next year. Yeah. All right, this wasn't as exciting as I thought, but that's fine. Let's just move on to Microsoft. All right. Okay. Revenue was $61 billion, an increase of 17%, bro. Operating income was 27, net income was 21. That's crazy. Their net income is $21 billion. Oh, Microsoft. I think it was dang, they're down 5 and 3%. I own Microsoft shares. I do. Disclosure. Interesting. They must have not have been like as optimistic or like, you know, done as well as analysts had hoped. They actually have used PowerPoint. I like it as just a PDF. There we go. Productivity, business process, intelligent cloud, personal computing. Like, what are these names? Like, can you just name it something more clear so we actually like know what you're including in all of, you know? And I think there's one big trend, you know, especially with Google, is that like cloud revenue has been, you know, going up significantly. Like this growth, 23% cloud growth year over year, like that's crazy for such a large corporation to be growing that fast. And their margin is, you know, 72%. Like that's crazy. Google, same thing. And like, you know, they're both at war on regulatory, you know, antitrust complaints, both in EU and here in the US. So despite that, they're growing like crazy. And they all like to tout cash return to shareholders. I'm sure is it a way to sell their stock in a way. 18% tax rate, bro. That's less taxes than most people are paying. Office commercial projects and cloud services increased 13%. Consumer products increased 4%. Microsoft 365 consumer subscribers grew to 80 million. LinkedIn revenue increased 10%. Oh, interesting. I forgot they own LinkedIn. Dynamics products and cloud service revenue up 19%. Dynamics are things like their CRM and like SharePoint, that kind of stuff. Server products and cloud services increased 24%, driven by Azure, which is their cloud, and other cloud services revenue up 31%. Yeah, bro, I want them to, like, they should actually, gaming is such a large portion now of like Microsoft with Xbox and all their like game studios they own, and with them now owning both Bethesda and Activision Blizzard. Like those are huge, like, you know, multi-billion-dollar companies, just corporations just on their own. Like they need to be giving us more details on that. Windows 11, and like the fact that they just group in with personal computing, like that's, I don't know. Windows revenue increased 11%, with Windows OEM revenue growing 11%. Microsoft commercial products growth of 13%. Devices revenue increased. Xbox content, Xbox content and services revenue increased 62%. Bro, driven by 61 points of net impact from Activision acquisition. That's crazy. That's crazy. Search and news advertising revenue, excluding traffic acquisition costs, increased 12%. It's like I just wish they broke it. They broke them out more. LinkedIn revenue grew 11%. Yeah, LinkedIn is definitely becoming a bit more popular in general, especially with like kind of the tech folk as like a social media platform, because it's a bit undertapped for like content, like people actually posting like content on there, not necessarily like job updates or whatever. Like it's being used more like a social media platform than it is like a networking site, more so now, I feel like. Here we go. Xbox content and services. Bro, like look at this. That growth is insane. With net impact from Activision acquisition, gross margins percentage increase driven by sales mix shift to higher. I don't know what that means though. Like from the acquisition, like how? Net impact. The net impact from Activision includes adjusting for the movement of Activision's content from third party to first party. Here we go. Gaming revenue grew 51%. That's crazy. Xbox content and service revenue grew 62%. Xbox hardware revenue declined 31%. That's actually huge. PS4 or PS5 is winning. Wow, that declined. That's crazy. Xbox hardware. I guess the Xbox content and services revenue like made up for it, but we don't actually know the dollar amounts, just percentages, so it's hard to kind of say. But gaming revenue is 51%. I mean, that's crazy. Xbox is reducing their efforts on consoles a bit. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like they kind of gave up a bit and like just let PS5 like have it. Yeah, I mean, I believe that. Because I mean, like, yeah, PS5's continuing to still, like, Sony's continuing to make like different versions of the PS5 and like expanding on it more, even though it's kind of a scam, like the PS5 Pro, how expensive it is. But yeah, I mean, no, they're definitely continuing to like push that. And yeah, I don't know. I don't really see much of Xbox stuff like that anymore. Compete their other gaming holdings. Yeah. Huh. The big tech companies today were actually the boring ones. I guess it's more straightforward. Like, they're more professional. I don't know. See the transcript real quick and just see if we can extract anything. Oh my gosh, I have to go through. Like, just give a PDF like everyone else. I'm gonna see if they mention the elections. Peacock or Comcast. Essentially, I spent a lot of time on Coinbase. I was digging into their packs. I think Comcast is after market. No, they're before open. Yeah, we could look at Comcast now. Or no, are they out? Yeah, they're out. Let's look at Comcast real quick then. Yeah, because I wouldn't even look at them. Peacock lost a shitload of money during the Olympics. Oh, interesting. Yeah, let's just look real quick. Trending schedule. All right. Yep. Third quarter Comcast. Comcast is one of those other like large corporations that it's like hard. It's like they just have their businesses so like they're in so many different markets that it's like Peacock revenue, paid subscribers increase. Wait, they have theme parks? Do they own Universal? Residential and connect. Okay, yeah, this is what I'm saying. It's like they have internet, you know, they own Xfinity. So they have residential connectivity and platforms, business service, so internet, 300K wireless lines, and they own US Cellular or something? Or they just have Comcast phone, I think, actually, straight up. Or like Xfinity phone. Oh, they domestic wireless revenue's up a lot. Excluding the negative impact from ACP, estimated domestic broadband net additions were 9K, driven by seasonal tailwinds from back-to-school activity, a competitor's work stoppage. Competitor's work stoppage? Wonder who that was. And our incremental brand marketing associated with the Olympics. 2019 wireless lines. Theme parks. What theme parks? They must own Universal Studios, right? No, it's Comcast. Oh, I misspelled it. I need to be careful. That was like there's listening to like addresses. All right, media revenue 4.9%, including 1 billion incremental from Paris Olympics. Interesting. Peacock revenues up 82% to 1.5 billion, including over 300 million from Paris Olympics. That's it though. I feel like that's like not even that much. Peacock paid subscribers increased 29% year over year to 36 million. EBITDA declined due to timing of other sports programming costs, partially offset by profitable Paris Olympics. So yeah, they actually lost 10% on like their like essentially revenue, like how much cash in their pocket. It's actually down 10%. Like while their revenue may have grown, they actually didn't make money on the revenue. That's interesting. Studios. Adjusted EBITDA growth was driven by strong performance of Despicable Me 4 and Twister. Wow. Like they're in so many different like media like verticals. It's crazy. And they just provide the internet. Oh, here, what is this? Yeah, this is Universal. It has to be. Yeah. Yeah, Harry Potter. But do they? No, they don't own Warner Bros. But dang, like they're crazy. They actually compete with Disney more than I thought. Largest converged network in the U.S. Comcast has the largest converged broadband and wireless network in the U.S. with 63 million homes and businesses able to receive gig plus broadband speeds and wireless services. Yeah, but like, bro, you're literally the worst internet provider outside of, you know, whatever. Xfinity mobile customers. Yeah, Xfinity mobile. Like they even have their own mobile. Benefit from industry-leading Wi-Fi network, 23 million hotspots. Right. That is actually that is a benefit. Is like, yeah, the Xfinity hotspots, like That is kind of cool. Like essentially, you know, they always have one that you can connect to because most people have Comcast Xfinity Internet. 90% of Xfinity Mobile customers' smartphone traffic is delivered via Wi-Fi, not cellular. That's interesting, and that's actually an interesting strategy, and like quite a bit different than the other ones. Like they're able to take advantage of the fact that they have a lot of customers and can kind of, you know, emit their, you know, hotspots from all of the Comcast sanctioned modem / Wi-Fi's. Automatically increase our customer speeds to 1 gig when our current Wi-Fi network at home or on the go. Yeah, that's interesting. Oh yeah, okay, so it is Universal Destinations and Experiences. Epic Universe. Epic is set to be the biggest and most technologically advanced theme park to hit the US markets in decades with more than 50 incredible experiences. What the heck? Is this a new theme park? The first phase of ticket production products and packages include Access Universal Epic Universe went on sale. I think this is in Florida. Yeah, it's in Orlando. Interesting. And they do make money on the parks, which is actually kind of interesting too. Oh no, they don't. Lower attendance at our domestic. That's just it. There's like, yeah, we just didn't have a lot of people. That's it. Nothing more. It's funny. Interesting. Let's look at their stock price and we'll wrap it up there. Well, they did okay. I just like, they may be a good investment, but I just refuse to buy them. I just hate them too much. They haven't been doing too hot though. I'm sure they peaked during COVID. Oh, they've had a very bumpy history. Wow, like huge peaks, but then like their lows are low. Interesting. Interesting. All right, no stream tomorrow, but there we go. Monday we'll do a few more earnings and then we'll be back to news. Monday we'll do Apple, Amazon, and Intel earnings. And maybe Roblox. We'll take a look at Roblox because Roblox has some drama, and I'm curious to see how Roblox is doing. And then we'll be back to news because I think earnings is chilling out. Maybe we'll take a look at ARM and Qualcomm, the two big chip makers. Qualcomm and ARM both like huge, way bigger than Intel now. Qualcomm actually offered to buy out Intel, which is crazy. And that'll probably do it for earnings. Might sneak one or two in there. Oh yeah, I might look at Cloudflare too. Oh, and Take-Two. We'll look at Take-Two, the video game producer. So a few more earnings, but I want to diversify it a bit. We'll do some earnings and news because I like the news, and I want to start making YouTube videos out of kind of what I do on here, which I did upload a YouTube video on a Brady's Brain on channel. Check it out. Not my best work, but it's my first, so got to start somewhere. But I'll improve from here. But thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you showing up. And I'll be back Monday, 8 a.m. PST. See you then. See ya.